Hello, welcome to your practice. I'm Annie and I'm so thrilled to be here with you at the end of the day. Maybe you have just closed your computer or you've just stepped in through the door and you're looking for a way to take a pause before heading into your evening. Or however this finds you today. Thank you for being here, and I hope this helps you to create a little bit of separation between the day that you might have just had at work and your time here and now. So let's begin to bring ourselves onto the mat. I always like to practice with a couple of blocks. If you have those at home, then perfect. If not, you can find something just to lift your hips a little bit. And take a cross-legged seat, and if that isn't comfortable for you, then just find another way to sit that allows you to be still for a few moments. And then bring your hands to rest just gently onto the lap or onto the thighs, and if it's comfortable in your space, you can close your eyes, otherwise just letting the gaze soften. And take a couple of deep breaths. Maybe even releasing a sigh with the exhale. Good. And then just bringing the hands to touch at the heart. Just setting that intention to let this time now be that opportunity to create a little bit of separation from what you've experienced in your day. Leaving work in whatever capacity behind and just making the space for you. Let's interlace the fingers now, turning the palms forward. Press the palms away from you, and then on an inhale, root the sitting bones down, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, separate the hands and shake them out. Maybe a sigh. I'm going to do that again. So bring your hands in front of you, interlace the fingers, turn the palms out. Inhale, reach the arms up over your head, draw your navel in towards your spine. Shake the hands out. Good. Now, if you have a block underneath your seat, maybe taking it from underneath you. We're going to do it one more time. Interlace the fingers, push the palms away. Inhale, reach up. And this time as you exhale, lean the body over to the left side. As you come up into the middle with the inhale, lift and extend out of the waist. And as you exhale, pour over to the right side. Good. Inhale, come back to center. And then slide the hands down to the back of your head. And find the place where the neck meets the back of the head. So from this place, we're almost going to use the little fingers to lift the back of the head, like you're trying to draw the skin on the back of the neck and the head upwards. Good. Just creating a little bit of length through the back of the neck. The chin can gently start to draw towards the throat, and then tuck the chin and slowly start to curl in towards yourself. Then as you inhale, we're going to lift the chin, lift the elbows. Good, and exhale. Now each time we do this, you can lift up a little bit more, and almost as though you're leaning over the top of a chair. And then curling back in. One more time. Good. Now release those hands. Place them onto the floor in front of you and find your way onto your knees if you're not already there. Now, as we sit back onto our heels, you might find that you want to use something to pad the tops of the feet, because for some of us it's a little bit uncomfortable to be here. We're just going to come into the hands. So start by circling through the wrists, or the hands and the wrists, I should say. So you're just going to start by circling through the hands, circling through the wrists. And then you're going to take the left hand to the right wrist and very gently draw the skin down, Make a fist with that right hand and then start to circle more intentionally just through that right side. Take a couple of rolls in one direction and then reversing back the other way. Good. And then let's find it on the other side. So drawing the sort of flesh down on that left side and then making a fist and circling out through the wrist. And then back the other way. And then taking both hands onto the floor, but this time with the palms facing up towards you. So a lot of the weight is coming into the lower body here, through the knees, maybe even through the tops of the feet as well. So we don't have to put too much pressure into the backs of the wrists. And then a little bend in the elbows, and you can slowly start to peel your hips back just to get an opening through the back of the hand, through the top of the forearm. Beautiful. Now, with the weight back towards your heels, move your hands towards your knees and then rock the weight into the feet. Press through the heels. Keep the toes spreading wide as you slowly start to roll up the spine. Now, just like we did when we're seated, we're going to reach the hands up, interlace the fingers, turn the palms skywards, take a breath in, and then we shake out the hands. Good. Inhale, interlace the fingers, take the arms up over your head. Exhale, shaking out. Just letting that energy move through you. Interlace the fingers, inhale up and exhale. Beautiful. Let's step the feet to the middle of the mat. I'm going to turn to face towards you. You're going to bend the knees, chair pose, reaching the arms up alongside your ears. Now, we might have spent a lot of time in a chair today already, so we're going to move on quite quickly. Press into the left foot, lift up the right knee, and then place the outside of the right foot onto the left thigh. Send the hips back. Now, this is something you can always do in the floor if this is too intense, but again, if we have been sitting down throughout the day, it's quite nice to have a little bit of time on our feet. Good. So we're just working into that right hip, the outer right hip, or perhaps for you, you feel this somewhere different. Good. Press down through that left foot, straightening up, reaching tall, and then stepping the right foot in front. So you're crossing through the thighs. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to fold the body forwards with a little softness in the knees. So I'll show you from the side. Now, it might look different in your body to my body. It might be that your blocks are actually quite handy here if the floor feels a long way away. Rather than pushing the legs super straight and locking out the knees, you can let there be a little bit of a micro bend. You can lift up, so the energy is moving up the legs, and then you're pouring forwards with that upper body. Good. You can let the head hang heavy. And then release that left foot next to the right foot. Readjust the feet. We're going to bend the knees, coming into our chair pose to swap over to the other side. Good. Now root down through that right foot, really hugging up through the right thigh as we pick up the left foot and bring the outside of the left foot onto the right thigh. Maybe flexing that foot a little bit more just to tune into the sensation of the left hip. How does that feel? Can you make any little adjustments here? Staying with your breath. And then pushing down through that right foot, come to stand up nice and tall. The left foot's coming in front this time. Take a breath in. And exhale, folding forwards. Little micro bends in the knees. Can feel quite good to sort of flutter out the lips. So just letting there be space in the back body, softening the jaw. Breathe. Good. Now from here, we're going to step that right foot back and bring the knee down onto the floor. You're going to slide the right foot back too, and then sit your hips between your heels. Now that might not be possible for all bodies. We're all different. So if not, what you can do is bring yourself down onto the floor and find your way to cross your legs instead. Okay, so cross leg, like we did at the beginning, is also good here. We're gonna take eagle arms and cow face legs. So take the arms out at shoulder height. Your left leg is on top and your left arm is going to come underneath the right arm. So wrapping the arms, the left arm I'll show you from the front. Left arm comes underneath the right, and then we draw the palms towards one another. Now, rather than having the elbows towards the belly, see if you can lift the elbows up and draw your thumbs away from your head. Good. Now on an inhale, release those arms, take them wide, make a cactus shape with the arms, and then draw the elbows towards one another down the back of the body like a W shape. Then place the hands onto the mat behind you. So we're going to walk them back, keep the sitting bones rooting down, open up through your chest. And then as you exhale, start to fold forward. So maybe you're doing this with crossed legs. Just folding down to a place where the intensity feels appropriate for your body. We don't want to go anywhere that feels too much. And keep the gaze soft, particularly if you've spent the day focusing maybe on a screen, on books. Just allow the eyes to soften now. Good. And then walk the hands back up, place them behind you, and simply swap the legs the other way. So we're coming into those Garudasana arms, eagle arms. So bringing the arms out at shoulder height. This time the right arm comes underneath the left, wrapping round and moving the palms towards one another. If the elbows drop low and the shoulders feel rounded, can you draw the shoulders back and lift your elbows, letting the pinky finger side of the hands move away into the space in front of you. So gentle toning at the abdomen, long through the spine. Beautiful. Now as you inhale, release the arms. Take them all the way out. Find cactus shape with the arms and then draw the elbows towards one another down the back of the body. Placing the hands down behind you. We've got that opening through the chest. Take a breath in and then exhale. Walk the hands forward, folding over your lower body. And then walk the hands back up. Going to release the feet onto the mat. Slide your bottom forwards and come to roll down onto the back of the body. So again, if we've spent a lot of time sitting down, we're just going to activate the glutes slightly, just switching on from the back body. Press down onto the mat with feet hip width apart. The palms can face down, and as you inhale, draw the hips away from the mat, push through the heels. start to activate the back of the body. So rather than pushing your belly up, have a gentle drawing in of the navel as you lift up from behind the body. And as you exhale, lower back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhaling, slowly peeling the hips away from the mat. And exhaling, lowering back down. One more time. Inhale, push the ground away, lift the hips. And exhale, lower back down. This time as you lower, gather your knees in towards your chest. Have a little rock from side to side. And then lengthen the legs down onto the floor. Take your palms away from the sides of the body. So let there be plenty of space between the arms and the side body. You feel the air under your armpits. And just let go. Nothing that you need to do here. Nothing required of you, just a moment to be. And I encourage you to stay here as long as you can. But when you're ready to move, you can bring some gentle wiggles to the fingers and toes. Take the arms up over your head, perhaps. Hug your knees into your chest. And very slowly rolling onto one side of the body, pausing there for a breath. And then gently bringing yourself up to seated. Perhaps take your shoulders up to your ears and then roll them back and down. And then bring your hands to touch at the heart. Take a deep breath in and a big sigh. And just take a moment to honor the importance of letting go of the day that you've had and creating this time for yourself. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for practicing with me.